Hello everyone, I'm Vale and I make vlogs about sewing and about living abroad in Colombia, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of both because I'm going to be showing you around the beautiful city of Santa Marta, Colombia, and we are also going to go fabric shopping. We actually just got back from a beautiful birding retreat, so that is my first recommendation if you are considering a trip to Colombia, but also to Santa Marta specifically. There is a nature reserve known as El Dorado. They actually have several locations, but there is one close to Santa Marta in a small town called Minca. So you go to the airport, you fly into Santa Marta proper, and then you get picked up from the airport and they take you, up this sort of mountain. And it is just the most beautiful experience, especially if you are somebody who likes to see birds, or even if you don't, if you just like to be in nature. So I have a couple of friends here who really are nature buffs, and so it was a beautiful experience. Actually, this is the fourth time that this group of friends has visited me here in Colombia, which is so beautiful and so exciting. They do amazing, great work in the United States. They are based out of New Orleans. They do a lot of community work with immigration and just getting people the support that they need in these times. And so I'm just very grateful that they choose to spend their downtime with me in Colombia, with us, with me and my husband in Colombia. And so I always want to make sure that they have a wonderful, beautiful time. And so I definitely wanted to take them to this bird resort or nature reserve because I was like, they're going to have the most calming, amazing time. And it really was that for all of us. Actually, while I was at this birding retreat, I took a little bit of a slip. We were on a hike and things were a little bit muddy, and I I'm not necessarily the most, calibrated person. So yeah, I took a little bit of a slip and I hurt my back, which is why I'm not with my group of friends today. They are actually at Parque Tayrona, and that is the second recommendation that I have for you all if you come here. Parque Tayrona is a national park, and it is something out of Jurassic Park. Like, I can't explain it. It is the most beautiful beach I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot of beaches, okay? I consider myself a beach girl, and so I definitely recommend that you go. It is a little bit of a hike, so it's definitely a physical activity. You get picked up, most hotels here, most sort of Airbnbs will help you coordinate that ride because they know it's a famous destination. You just have to ask for a ride to Parque Tayrona. You go in there, they, sell you a little entrance ticket, and then you have to hike. You hike about 2.5 hours to the main beach, Cabo San Juan. There you kind of spend the whole day. There's a beautiful restaurant where you can have fried fish, and then you have to figure out a way back, right? So a lot of people hike back, but you can also take a lancha out. I would say that the waters are a little rough in Santa Marta, and so that lancha does kind of feel like, or lancha is kind of like a little boat. So it kind of does feel like you're on kind of concrete. It does kind of hit hard. And so because of that physical toll that it takes on your body, I just kind of decided I'm not going to do it today. I've done it many times, and I'm a little sad because it is beautiful every single time you go, but that's okay, because instead of being at Parque Tayrona, today I'm going to take you around some of my favorite sites in Santa Marta. We're going to go to the beach, but most importantly, we are going to go fabric shopping in the centro, or in the town center. Right now, though, I'm gonna head to the beach, which is my favorite spot in the world. I feel like I keep saying that about everything in Santa Marta, but it's just true. Like, it's just very relaxing here. So last year when I was on this trip, I read 5 books, which was insane, incredible, amazing. It is partly because my phone got stolen the day that I got on a flight to come to the coast. And so I had nothing to do but read, which was amazing, right? Actually, after I finished my trip last year with no phone and just reading, I was like, what if I just throw my phone in the ocean when I actually do get it? What if I just never get another phone? And I just decide I'm not gonna live a phoneless life. Unfortunately, because of the way that our world works today, you can't really get away with having no phone because you need 2-factor verification. Anyway, so all that to say that I'm still considering, I'm looking at alternatives to having a cell phone device because I had such a wonderful time last year during that week. This year, I decided I'm gonna focus on reading one big book. I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick one big book instead of reading 5 kind of small ones, and I'm gonna work my way through it, and it's gonna be amazing, it's gonna be phenomenal. And so I picked up the Count of Monte Cristo. Actually, my friends brought it for me because I couldn't find it here. So this book is quite large, as you can see, and I never read it. It had kind of been in my vicinity, obviously, for years, especially when I was in high school, but I never picked it up. But I recently saw that a lot of people were reading it, and I was like, oh, maybe it's time, because I have heard it's really fun, adventure, action-packed. And so far it actually has been. What I would say is that I've been reading nonstop, and I've made a tiny chunk. The words are really small, okay, and the pages are really thin. So I'm gonna go to the beach now and try to maybe do another chunk and see where we are, because I have about 5 days left here and I need to make my way through this big ass book, but I'm excited. As you all know, or as maybe 3 of you know, I have been working diligently to go through my fabric stash in the last few months, all in service of this trip. So I knew this trip was coming up, and so I definitely put on my, I guess, how do you say this in English? I've been very juiciosa, okay? I've been very disciplined about getting through my fabric stash in order to be able to justify fabric shopping here. Now, why do I love fabric shopping in Santa Marta? Well, the first reason is that the prices are unbeatable. I live in Bogota, and Bogota does have good prices for fabric, especially compared to, the United States. However, the prices in Santa Marta or in the coast in general are unbeatable. And that is because these coastal cities, so Santa Marta, Barranquilla, and Cartagena, are big port cities for the importation and exportation of fabrics in Colombia. So fabrics come in from all over the world, but also very beautiful Colombian fabrics go out. And so because of that, it is known as a part of the country where you can find very beautiful, very affordable fabrics. You know, we're talking natural fibers like cotton and linen and all of those things, but then even prints, right? So printed natural fabrics. So just a lot of variety. So every year that I come on this trip around this time, I make a lot of space in my suitcase to be able to take fabrics home with me. And I usually buy enough to go to last me the duration of the year. So that's my goal today, is to buy enough fabrics for at least 6 months worth of projects, but potentially even more depending on what I find. So we're gonna do that today. We're gonna go to the 3 little stores that I tend to frequent, but there is a large selection of stores, so I'll kind of show you around. All of this is in the historic town center of Santa Marta, which is also very beautiful. So I'll show you around and maybe we'll go to a little restaurant together to kind of check out the scene a little bit. Okay, I am getting ready to head out, and so I wanted to give you all a little bit of an overview of what I'm looking for in this fabric shopping trip. I feel like I was considering making a list of like, here are all the things I want to sew in the next few weeks, and then think through the kind of fabric I wanted to make for each of those. But I did that last year. I feel like last year I tried to like plan my way out of difficult sewing moments in a way. I was like, oh, I'll just like assign a pattern to a type of fabric, and then I'll look for that specific type of fabric, and then I'll sew that. And I found beautiful fabrics. However, I didn't end up making most of the things that I planned to make with them. And I actually found it very constricting because it felt like, oh, if I don't make the thing that I'd planned, then I can't make something else. Do you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really love that experience. So this year I'm going in doing what is very difficult for me as a Virgo, which is going in without a plan. I'm gonna go in without a plan. I'm gonna feel it out. I'm gonna like try to go with my gut instinct, with my intuition, if you will, to try to find the kind of fabrics I want to sew in the next few months. I do have a couple of projects though that I'm like, I kind of do want to make these things. It's just 3, but like still, I have like a couple of things that I'm like on the lookout for. The first is that I want to make a crispy black Willa dress. Now I say crispy because it's like the Willa dress has a lot of structure, so it has to be a cotton that has a little bit of body, but I want one in total, like in complete black. I have a Willa dress in polka dot, which is very, very cute, and I wear it all the time. And now I want a version that is just like completely one solid color. So ideally black, but if I see other types of like crispy cottons that I like, I might go for those instead. So I'll kind of see and feel that out as I go. The second thing is that I want to make a denim jacket. I want to make a white denim jacket. So I'm going to see if I can find some nice structured thick denim. Hopefully in white, we'll see. But that is definitely something that I've had my eye on. I have big plans for that. And then the third thing that I want to make is that it's not necessarily one specific thing, but I want to try new fabrics. So I want to sort of like be on the lookout for fabrics that I haven't sewn with before. So maybe chiffons, like maybe silks, definitely lace. I have a couple projects in mind where like lace could be really cute. So I'm on the lookout for that kind of fabric. I put those on a little list, but it's not too restrictive, right? So like if I find a different color denim, I might try it out. If I find a different type of cotton, I might try it out. If I find some fabrics I'm excited about, I'm going to try them out. So I'm trying to give myself the permission to experiment and to have fun ultimately. But yeah, let's go. We're going to go to El Centro de Santa Marta to do a little tela shopping. Oh, also, we're going to start with one of my favorite stores, which is El Tío. So let's go to El Tío. Okay, it started rain. And so I switched my destination to go to this really cute restaurant in the heart of Santa Marta. And I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to see if it stops raining, then maybe I'll go fabric shopping. But if not, maybe I'll put it off till tomorrow. But regardless, let's go have a beautiful meal in this gorgeous city. I just had so much fun. I like blacked out at the fabric store. I bought so much fabric that I couldn't even bring it home to show it to you because I have to get it shipped to Bogota. So that's not so bad. It's like pretty close. But I bought 46 meters of fabric. Okay, so a lot of fabric. I'm going to show you all some videos I took of all the different kinds, although maybe there were a couple ones that I missed because some different people at the store were helping me cut it. So, but I think I got most of them. So at 46 meters, I spent about $256, and that averages out to $5 and something, like maybe $5.50 or around that per meter. Obviously, that's a very big average because I bought some very cheap, dumb fabric that I'm like, oh, I could be like using that to make something fun and interesting. And then some very nice fabric. Like I bought a black lace. So it averages out. What else? Okay, so at 46 meters, assuming that I'm spending about 3 meters per kind of look, whether that's a skirt set or a dress or a pair of pants and a crop top, that is about 15 different looks, let's call them, which is amazing. And I'm so excited to show you all of the different things I'm going to be making with this. This was also all at one store. So this was all at El Tío. I was going to go to some other stores, but then after I did this damage at El Tío, I was like, okay, I'm good. I bought a lot of fabric. I feel like let's start there. I definitely recommend that you come here. Actually, my friends always joke around that I am part of like the tourism board in Colombia, and like that's true. Like that's a funny joke because I love Colombia. I love being Colombian. I think that a lot of people are, missing out because sometimes they think that Colombia is only its violent past. And while Colombia's violent past is not something that, we should shy away from speaking about and we should deny or whatever, it is not the reality of this country today. And so I invite you wholeheartedly to visit this beautiful country. And I will see you all next time.